Boleh minta tolong tak?
Awak tak boleh share ke macam mana?
Sekejap Saya cuba lagi sekali ya. Mungkin banyak sangat kot dalam
Sebabnya kita dah
window
bagi
ni.
access lah.
Sekejap. Okey, kejap. Okay. Right. Those of course, those of course, one minute over. Right. Machine. Mhm. Okay. Nah, okay ni. Ada. Dah. Alright, saya boleh. Ah,
Dia try tu,
dah bangun.
macam ni kot. Kan?
Okay. Ni. Alright. Sekali lagi kita try share. Okay, good. Perfect. Tekan share ke boleh boleh. Boleh tekan share lagi. Boleh. Hmm.
Dia boleh ke apa?
Okay. Boleh.
Oh,
Okay, saya try to share. So
nampak,
this one, nampak tak Cik Afiq?
Sekejap ya, tengah loading. Okey, nampak?
Okay, alright, good.
Alright. Mungkin nak try audio ke apa? Kau nak try ke video?
Nak try video. Okay, sekejap. Okay.
Tak dengar Puan. Puan tadi bila Puan share screen ada ni tak? Ada nampak button untuk yang apa? Share sound tu.
Share sound,
Okay.
sekejap.
Kita kena tutup balik.
Share
Stop
sound.
share dulu.
Sekejap stop sharing. Diana.
Kita kena share kan?
Hai, mana tadi?
Yang warna hijau
Mana?
tu.
Warna hijau, sekejap. Share. Okay, saya share. Dia,
Okay.
oh, ya. Share sound. Okay.
Yang sebelah kanan tu tekan kena apa klik yang tu lah. Klik yang share sound.
Ah, okay, alright. Okay, baik. Saya faham. Kejap saya test balik. Okay,
20%
yang ni
of the
boleh dengar ke?
population is considered to be highly sensitive. This doesn't
Okay,
just
dengar.
mean that we have big feelings. It's a scientifically studied trait that has shown that our brains work a little bit differently than a
Alright.
neurotypical brain.
Okay, boleh dengar ya?
Alright. Kita boleh mula ke Puan? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh and good morning everyone. So let us begin with the recitation of Kitab Al-Fatihah. Alhamdulillah alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Respected Muslim members, deans and directors, our honorable speaker for today, Madam Nozabeta binti Muhammad Noor. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, once again, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and very good morning, everyone. So, Alhamdulillah, thank you so much for those who join us right now, mainly through Zoom and as well as YouTube channel MST Competency Development for all IM community as well as public. Thank you so much for joining us. Alright, so we will kickstart our program, our next series of program, which is we have a talk today, right, this morning, with a topic of the price of just a joke, right? Unmasking workplace sexual harassment, right? So right now we have seen or we have heard workplace sexual harassment cases all over the places, and we want to this talk intended to give the awareness about workplace sexual harassment cases, and also what we can do, and what is actually the implication for the do, and also uncondone actually the behavior of sexual harassment in the workplace, especially at the International Islamic University Malaysia. And with us today is an honorable speaker, right, which is Madam Nozabeta Metio Mano, right? So he's a lawyer, our founder and partner of the Nozabeta China and Co. since 2015, right? And for viewers information as well, Madam Zabita is proudly an IIM alumni, which she graduates from IIM from the Kuliah Ahmad Ibrahim Kuliah of Laws in 2008, right? And also her area of expertise is on civil and criminal. All right, and also the members of the Malaysian Bar, as well as advocate and solicitor for the High Court of Malaya since 2009. All right, and she also have many experience writing articles, in the guest or panelist on the TV and radio programs such as 999, MHI, Wanita Hari Ini, and also speakers for various talks across various uh, organization, including in the International Islamic University Malaysia. So, Assalamualaikum, Madam Hamida, how are
Wa-
you?
Waalaikumsalam. Alhamdulillah. How are you, Afiq?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Thank you so much, Madam, for accepting our invitation for
My
today's talk. So we hope that the sharing is beneficial for the IIM community as well as public, inshallah. Right. So before I pass the floor to Madam Zabita, just a few reminders. So we will have a few. We will have the I attend link, which have been posted in chat box in Zoom as well as YouTube, so you can click in the attendance for IOM community. And for at the end of the session, we will also have the link for the evaluation form. So please key in your attendance as well as put in your evaluation form. And if you have any questions, you just put in the chat box in both Zoom or YouTube, and we will ask Madam Zabeta at the end of our her presentation, inshallah. So without further ado, it is an honor for me to pass the floor to Madam Zabeta to continue our session. Please welcome, Madam.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and very good evening to everyone. Okay, thank you very much, Afiq, and my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. So today we're going to unlock or unmasking workplace sexual harassment. Okay, so now the price just a joke. Okay, so this one I'm going to touch on the law. Okay, and also some of the current development in this sexual harassment in working place. Okay, now I've prepared a slide. Okay, so I'm going to share with all of you. Okay, now, all right. Okay. Yeah. Okay, if you can see from this photo, or from this picture, oh, whatever, she can't take a joke. That's her problem. Okay, so normally when I attended some of this kind of event, some people don't understand what the actual meaning okay, of sexual harassment, and some of them maybe misinterpret, okay, what is the meaning of sexual harassment. That's why we're going to go and see further, okay, from the perspective of law, whether our understanding is correct and what is the actual definition according to Malaysian law. Okay, now sometimes maybe whatever we are saying, okay, some people misinterpret it, okay, because there are certain people, maybe they're being very sensitive, okay. So now I'm going to share with you this video so that you understand why is it so some people misinterpret whatever we say, and most importantly is that how for us to react to it and how for us to avoid this awkward situation happen in the workplace.
20% of the population is considered to be highly sensitive. This doesn't just mean that we have big feelings. It's a scientifically studied trait that has shown that our brains work a little bit differently than a neurotypical brain. I'm going to give you a super simple explanation to show how this works. In a neurotypical brain, stimuli from the world around is received into an adequately sized container. The person can take in what they need and dismiss the rest. In a highly sensitive brain, there's far more blood flow to areas of the brain like the prefrontal cortex, which means that we notice way more and we deeply process what we take in. This is a wonderful gift that leads to things like empathy and creativity. But if we don't know how to support and comfort our nervous system, it can also lead to things like burnout, overwhelm, and overstimulation. That is high sensitivity.
Okay, so now from this video, we can understand that in our daily life, sometimes we meet this kind of people. For example, some of our friends are very highly sensitive. The way that they're interpreting, the way that they're accepting is totally different. And this is where the problem occurred. But sometimes we misinterpret, we ourselves, okay? We intend or innocently we believe that this is a joke, okay? However, we misinterpret it. So now, okay, a joke. I'm going to focus on these two perspectives coming from a perpetrator, okay, the person, the accused person, okay, and also the victim, all right. Some of the example of workplace praises, okay, must maybe misinterpreted by our fellow friend in our workplace, okay. For example, sometimes when we see our friend, we say like this: "You look tired today. What did you do last night?" Okay. We being caring, all right. We want to show maybe our empathy, but however, the other party they misinterpret it like you want to know about their intimate life, their private life. Okay. So this one, another one is that, okay, for example, I remember one of the talk I received, one of the talk I share my experience, and then one of the question, okay, asked by one of the audience, she said, "Madam, sometimes it's very difficult for us male, okay. For example, some of our female co-worker, the way they dress is very like we don't feel comfortable. So when we give some advice, we say that can you please not dress like this, okay. But however, she said that I'm doing sexual harassment, okay. But now we need to understand maybe the way that we say to that person, okay, the choice of word, that is very important sometimes. Okay, I give one of the example. That dress looks nice, a bit tight, but it suits your body. Okay. Wait, so all right, I need to share the slide with full screen. Sorry, wait. Okay. All right, so full screen. Really sorry.
At the
Okay.
right bottom, madam.
All right. So want to share full screen?
Aku nak tutup air pun.
Want to share full screen? It's okay. Never mind. Never mind. All right. Okay. So now, okay. So we're coming back to this. Okay. Is this saying is an offense or is it wrong according to our law. Okay, so we're going to explore on this matter. Okay, so now another thing is that, okay, do you usually shower in the morning or at night? Some people may interpret it's okay, but some people they say that the way that you ask this question, you are not supposed to ask whether I go shower or not today. Okay, so because it's involved my body, some people may misinterpret it. All right, so and then this is very important. Okay, sometimes we want to be friendly with our friend. Okay, with our coworker lah. We ask our friend to go for lunch, to go coffee with us. But then some people misinterpret it as uh, they're being flirtatious. Diorang ni dia salah sangka ni nak mengurat ke apa ke. So it's very, sometimes I know, I do understand that from our side ni susah. Cakap susah, nak buat susah because some people may misinterpret it. Okay, so now, yeah. What is actually sexual harassment? According to the law in Malaysia, we have one, sexual harassment according to Employment Act. Okay, the other one is sexual harassment according to Anti-Sexual Act. Okay, Akta Anti Gangguan Sexual. So we need to go one by one to see whether, okay, whatever we are saying, whatever our conduct, it is against the law for sexual harassment. Okay, now, okay, you need to understand that sexual harassment is not just simply being friendly. It's okay to be friendly. But however, if let's say you being friendly, but your act of being friendly consists of unwanted conduct of sexual nature, okay? Words. For example, you say that, oh, you look nice today. Your body look hot. That one, kalau kita cakap your body look hot tu dah salah lah kat situ. Because we understand that when you say the body look hot tu, you're talking about something sexual in nature. Okay? And then gesture. Okay? Gesture, it's okay. Smiling, it's okay. No problem. But the problem is that when your gesture, you start to do like apa? Licking your mouth, licking your lips, and then you look at that person up and down, okay, and then you look at that person at certain area, private part of his body, of her body while you are talking. Okay, some of it action. All right, this one is unwanted conduct of sexual nature. For example, you're touching her pinky finger. Okay. For example, you go and touch that person's hair. All right. This one is a conduct, okay, with a sexual in nature. Okay. And another thing, this one is very common nowadays. Most of the act happen, number one, by way of verbal. And secondly, digital messages. Sometimes you're sending inappropriate messages to your fellow worker, all right? And then sometimes you're trying to make a move with sexual in nature. Okay, this one is wrong, all right? So now, if we come back to the previous line, okay? When you said something like, okay, for example, you say that you want to have coffee with me. Okay, you're being friendly. That one is okay. But then when you start to touch something or your conversation, your verbal words, okay, starting to touch about what are you doing last night? Are you with your husband? How was it? That is already wrong. And it's according to definition of sexual harassment. We're going to go further. Nanti kita tengok one by one, okay? How the law define what's the meaning of sexual harassment. Now, you need to understand that, okay? All right, now. Okay. So, in workplace, it is advisable for you, okay, to have a professional boundary. Okay, this professional social boundary is going to avoid many problems. That's why in Malay we say that dalam bahasa Melayu, kena cakap siang pandang-pandang, cakap siang pandang-pandang, cakap malam dengar-dengar, begitu kan? So kena ada social boundaries. The problem mostly will occur if you cross this line. Okay. So now, okay, what are the importance that you need to understand? Okay. Okay. Physical distance. When you talk with your fellow worker, don't talk so close. Some people, they love to stand very close to another person. When they talk, they like to whisper. Okay. They go to your ears and they start to talk to you. Okay. Some of people don't feel it is comfortable. So you try to avoid this kind of, close distance. Okay. Physical distance. Okay. Avoid touching your colleague. Some people, they love to talk and slap you. For example, you're very funny and then start to touch you like that. Try to avoid that. And respect people personal space. When talking to them, make sure that you got certain measure between you and also the other party. Respect that. If you can respect this, okay, I think it's going to avoid many things. Okay. So now the next one is that, okay, try to avoid any sexual joke. All right. I do understand because most of you meeting with each other every day. Okay, for during weekdays from Monday to Friday, you meet each other and you become close. When you become close, sometimes people they don't know that they have boundaries. That's why they tend to make some joke. Okay, in some of the apa tu office, some people ask, oh, today is Friday, today is Thursday night. Okay, so I'm going to be very busy at night. Okay, so I hope that so thing like that. And for example, some people sometimes can our friend, okay, they look very bad mood lah. Today bad mood. Okay, they look very moody. And some of our friend akan cakap, yesterday don't get lah, tak dapat. So that one is not a joke that you can tell to another friend. Okay, don't make excessive comment about physical appearance or clothing. For example, like I mentioned just now, okay, hey, I like when you wear like that, you look hot in red. Don't say it like that. It sounds sexual. Okay, it sounds sexual in nature. And please use professional language, polite, neutral, and respectful. Okay, this one, whether you are between female and female coworker or between male coworker to male coworker, you have to respect that because there are certain cases that I receive who ask my opinion regarding law also involve male to male case, yeah, because some of the male, maybe they're trying to make a certain move. All right. So this one is inappropriate. Please take note about this. All right. And another thing is that, all right, in your workplace, this one is very sensitive. I do understand that all of us always communicate with each other after office hour. All right. And some of us get very close to each other. Okay. But know your boundary. Don't simply send something which is sexual in nature. Maybe between male to female coworker. Okay. Some males say that, oh, it's okay. My female coworker can understand this. This is just a dirty joke that we share. You need to know this boundary and do understand your relationship or your friendship occur, okay, happen due to your work cost. All right. So that's why you need to understand that you have boundaries. Okay. If there is any complaint, all right, you're sending a dirty joke, you're sending a dirty photo, a dirty picture, it is considered wrong. Wrong according to Employment Act, and it is also wrong based on penal code. Okay, so please avoid sending messages or picture that are pornographic, romantic, or flirtatious too flirtatious to your co-worker. Okay. Now, invitation and social relationship. This one, sometimes whatever your good intention, you being innocent, you want to invite your co-worker, okay, so that both of you can be close, you know each other, all right? But some people maybe misinterpret it. Try to avoid one-to-one between female to male, male to female, or male to male, all right? If possible, male to male, sometimes no problem. I don't want to be too strict because people will say that, oh, Puan, this is ridiculous, okay? Because we just merely friend. But like I mentioned earlier, I already shared with you the video. Certain people, they are very hyper sensitive, okay? But other than that, if your relationship don't involve any sexual in nature, then no problem, okay? But try to avoid between male and female, both of you, okay, having one-to-one conversation about your private life or personal life, your partner, husband and wife, okay, things like that. All right. Now, tone of voice and body signal. This one you need to also take note on this, okay? Try to avoid using a flirtatious tone. Flirtatious tone, like very manja lah, very manja. We say that perempuan ni kadang-kadang ada some of them, they sound like a bit mengada-ngada lah. They sound like a flirtatious, okay? So try to avoid that, all right? And try to avoid any signal that may be offensive or uncomfortable. Okay, for example, there's some gesture, okay, signal using hand is going to give a very, very wrong message. Okay, so try to avoid that. Okay, so now next. So I already explained to you some of the word. Some people may mistakenly interpret as a sexual joke or sexual harassment. All right, I already explained to you your professional boundaries in workplace. Okay, now what do you understand regarding sexual harassment? I'm going to show to you a video. Okay, this is considered sexual harassment in workplace so that you understand.
Asia, kahwin lagi? Cantik cincin. Alah, bekas kamu tak boleh ke? Sorry. Pergi mana? Hai, Dek. Alamak, jatuh lah.
Okay, now you see when people start to touch you, all right? So when people start to make a sexual command, right, that one is sexual harassment. Okay, now we're going to focus because we're going to unlock workplace sexual harassment. All right, it's not merely a joke, okay, but then some of our friends maybe they don't know their boundaries when they make inappropriate jokes or command when they ask for sexual favor. This thing happen, yeah. Sometimes they make like violence and unwanted touching. I received one complaint from a lady. She asked what suppose she do because she worked with this one boss, a male boss. Okay, so after working hours, all the employees already went home. Yeah, and then only her and also the boss. All right, so this is where the thing happened. Okay, so when she photocopying some of the papers, the boss come and start to talk to her, and then the boss start to touch her, and then thing escalate to another level. All right, so please try to avoid, okay, to be in one place between female and male because we're trying to avoid, because some of the case maybe, okay, the male is very innocent, but the report was done, okay, to accuse that guy. All right. So that's why it's better for you. Try to avoid the situation. I think it's better. Okay. That's why sometime I was a I'm also alumni for IIUM, I Korean, graduated in 2008. All right. So I still remember in IIUM, if we female student, we want to go to lecture room, male lecture room, okay, the lecturer will always open the door. All right. So I think uh this practice is a very good practice. Okay, we trying to avoid fitnah. Nanti orang kata apa yang pasal bilik bertutup. And then plus some of the report kan. We don't know whether that is a genuine punya report. We don't know whether that person is trying to accuse us. Okay. So by avoiding that, by creating a situation that you try to apa tu you try to avoid the situation from happening. It's better. Okay. And then please don't some of the conduct maybe showing favoritism. Okay. And some of the conduct visual harassment like images or video. All right. So now, what is sexual harassment in workplace? I'm going to refer to section 2, the definition of Employment Act 1955. Okay. Sexual harassment means, okay, the first element is unwanted conduct of sexual in nature. Unwanted conduct. Yeah. You need to understand that. Okay, do not misinterpret when one of your male workers, co-workers, maybe that day he innocently say that, hey, you look nice lah when you wear this tudung. Because that day, normally you wear tudung, the tudung is very short a bit lah. Short a bit. He's trying to give you encouragement. Okay, because that day you wearing a very huge tudung. So that day he trying to encourage you. He innocently say that you look good wearing like this. Okay. So to me, I believe to standard of law, this one is not something which is sexual in nature. Okay. That one is number one element. And then secondly, all right, whether it is verbal, it is non-verbal, it is visual, gesture, or physical. This one type of conduct. So you don't feel like I'm just texting. There's nothing wrong with texting. I'm just licking my lips every time I saw her. And then when I talk, I'm looking at her, the body, right? Middle part. Okay. So now I'm just looking innocently. Don't do thing like that. Okay. Because remember gesture, even though you don't say any sexual in nature word, but the way that you conduct the situation is wrong. Okay. Directed at a person which is offensive. Okay. You humiliate that person or threat his well-being. Okay. And arising in the course of his employment. Some people say that, Madam, I didn't text her during our working hour. I texted her after working hour. That is wrong. Like I mentioned, your relationship occurred because of the cause of employment. You need to understand that. What is the meaning of cause of employment? It is also in the situation where your company send you for some of the event, meeting, outstation meeting. So this one it is in the course of employment. And you need to understand also sexual harassment is not only a wrongdoing under Employment Act 1955. Sexual harassment is also an offense and also a crime under Penal Code, under Anti-Sexual Act, okay? And if it is fall in any of one of the element in Penal Code, you're going to face imprisonment or fine or both, okay? Or sometime based on the section, whipping, All right, so we're going to go further. Okay, so now just like I mentioned, what are the type of conduct? Verbal, okay, texting, all right, and also physical gesture. Okay, that one is sexual harassment. Okay, now this one, number one, you need to understand unwanted touch. Try to avoid, okay, between your friend, male to female, female to male. Please try to avoid this, okay? Keep your finger and your hand to yourself, all right? Don't be too or overly friendly, all right? Because some of the male friends, maybe they're talking, they try to touch your shoulder, female shoulder. It's inappropriate, okay? So the second one is that try to avoid sexual explicit message. This one, some of the case happen, okay? Your coworker is going to screenshot this, right? They're going to send to HR. So you're going to face with inquiry. So it's going to jeopardize your career, okay? So, and then look at this guy. He's making like this face, like kissing face, kan? Alah, bagilah sikit, come lah, give some lah, okay? Because today I'm feeling happy, just give some to me, okay? Don't do like that, right? This one is so obvious. You can be friendly, you can be nice, no problem, but then know your boundaries, okay? And then threats with sexual elements, all right? For example, your superior, say it like this. If you want a promotion, if you want an increment of your salary, you need to go date with me, okay? You need to go sleep with me. Then only I'm going to give you this opportunity. Threat with sexual element is wrong, okay? It's a very serious conduct. And if let's say you're facing this problem, somebody saying this to you, your superior, you have the right, victim, you have the right to report about this threats or about this invitation, okay? So the next one is that making the joke. I mentioned lah, because some of the case, some of the places, I don't know, maybe those guys they're trying to be funny, you know. Maybe they're trying to be famous or popular. Maybe they love when they're making joke and some people giggling because they feel like, oh, I'm being funny today. People love my joke. But trust me, if let's say you're standing in front of 10 friends, 3 of them are laughing, but another 7, maybe they feel uncomfortable. Okay. So you need to understand that making joke, you can be funny, no problem, but stop making dirty jokes. People, some of the people maybe don't like it. Okay. All right. So now offensive or insulting or threat to the well-being of the victim. Okay, the victim feel not comfortable and they're not feeling comfortable. So please respect that. Yeah. Okay. So now I'm going to share one of the case. This case really contributed to our law development in regards to sexual harassment, in regards to claim under thought of gangguan sexual assault. Okay. So previously, according to our law, before 2006, 2007, 2008, okay, if a victim face or face sexual harassment or sexual assault, most of the victim, they're going to go and report police, right? So, but however, okay, you cannot claim for your mental breakdown, for your depression, because some of the victim they suffer this, okay? Victim of sexual harassment, according to the study, some of them suffer PTSD. So now, according to law of thought law, we can claim for suffering mental breakdown, okay? But then for sexual harassment prior to 2008, there's no such a thing. You cannot claim in court like that, okay? All what the victim can do is that go police report, and then the police is going to investigate whether there is an element of sexual harassment or sexual assault, under which section, and they're going to charge him Okay, the DPP, the AG, Attorney General, is going to charge that person and bring to court. As a result, that person need to pay a penalty or fine, okay, and then imprisonment or both or whipping based on what section he's being charged. Okay, there's no such a thing that the victim can ask for compensation. Okay, but this case, this case that I'm sharing with you, Muhammad Ridwan Abdul Razak, okay, this case until federal court is the turning point of our sexual right development in Malaysia. Okay, so now if you can see, actually, our Employment Act 1955, okay, prior to 2012, there's no section define what is sexual harassment. Can you imagine? After 60 years, only the act amended to include what is sexual harassment. So prior to this, all the victims of sexual harassment happen in workplace. There's no serious action taken by HR, by the office. Okay. So now I can say that based on law nowadays, okay, today we have a tribunal for anti-sexual act. Yeah, I'm going to go on that later. All right. So that at least today lah, I can see that some of the victim and their right is being protected. Okay. But prior to this, it's very difficult for that. Okay. So now what happened in this case, Muhammad Ridwan Abdul Razak, okay. Tuan-tuan perempuan, so if you want to share the screenshot in your posting ke apa, you want to share this knowledge, nothing wrong with that, because this one, I think this is a public document from current law journal being decided by the court. Okay, this is the decision by the court and the fact I take from the court also. So you can share with your friend, you can share with your student, no problem. Okay, so now what happened in this case, Muhammad Ridwan Abdul Razak, also known as Dr. Ridwan, he is the superior for Asma Haji Muhammad Noor. Okay, so Muhammad Ridwan in this case is the appellant. Okay, Asma is the respondent. All right. So we're going to go back to High Court. Okay, you need to understand, for those who don't know, that actually in Malaysia we got a tier of court. For example, starting with Magistrate Court, Session Court, High Court. Okay, Court of Appeal, and the last stage is Federal Court. Okay, so this matter that started in High Court. Okay, the claim started by Muhammad Ridwan. He started it first. Okay, he want to sue Asma. All right. And then the Muhammad Ridwan is not happy with the decision by the High Court. He bring this matter to Court of Appeal, and the last stage is Federal Court. Okay. So both of them work in Lembaga Tabung Haji. Dr. Ridwan is the superior, like I mentioned before, and Dr. Ridwan, he loved to give a sexual remark to his subordinate. Okay, sometimes they're standing talking to him, that he will make a dirty joke, right? He don't. I can say that he don't have boundaries, lah. If you can read from the whole report of this case, okay, and then he always targeting Asma. Okay, he always targeting Asma. He will say things like very sexual in nature. For example, he will say like this: I can see that you always got sick. Okay, so if you want to become okay, all right, I think you should marry with me. Okay, thing like that. And then he's talking about his private part, about his dream, about his how for you to know that male private part is good or not, what type of test can be done by using string like that. Okay, so he converts this to Asma, and Asma, she feel offended. She feel uncomfortable. Okay, she don't like it, and then sometimes she don't want to go office. She develop anxiety. She feel depressed. She's having mental breakdown. Because you need to understand that this action is continuous, okay, by Dr. Ridwan. So one day, Asma went to lodge a complaint to HR. Okay. And then the HR conducted, the company conducted an inquiry, disciplinary inquiry. All right. And then they called Dr. Ridwan, they called Asma. Asma given all the evidence, all the email where Dr. Ridwan make joke because his sexual joke, all right, he will make by way of verbal, email, non-verbal, gesture, all right. But what happened there, okay, according to the board, disciplinary board, there's no sexual harassment done by Dr. Ridwan, all right. But however, they don't continue his contract, and also he was shifted to another unit. Okay, so Dr. Ridwan said that, look, you said that I'm doing sexual harassment, okay? You don't feel comfortable, but however, the board said that I'm not, I didn't do anything, okay? But because of your report, you tarnish my reputation, you defame me of being not a good person, okay? Because of your report, I cannot continue my contract, and because of your report, I changed to another unit. See, this is according to Dr. Ridwan. So what he did is that he initiated a suit for defamation. He claimed for compensation for defamation in High Court. So Asma during this time, she already went for therapy. Okay, she got a report from her psychiatrist to say that because whatever Ridwan is saying to him, to her, sorry, saying to her, she feel depressed. She got anxiety. Okay. So Asma said, since you want to proceed this summon against me in court, you want to ask for compensation. Now I'm going to counter sue you by filing a counterclaim for thought of sexual for sexual harassment. Okay. Just to inform you, during this time, this case between 2006, 2007, like that, this never happened before. Okay. So now, this, like I mentioned, okay, from High Court to Court of Appeal, go to Federal Court. Okay, this is the decision in Federal Court. Okay. So can you please read? Okay, the respondent was an emotionally vulnerable person and appeared to be under some emotional pressure. The appellant surely, meaning that the appellant is Dr. Ridwan, surely would know that the continuous, vulgar, and sexual explicit remarks will make the respondent feel extremely uncomfortable. This is the decision from the court, okay? In High Court, they went for full trial, so meaning that Dr. Ridwan testified. Okay, Asma also testified. Her psychiatrist also testified. All right. So this is the finding from the court. And one of the argument from Dr. Ridwan, a solicitor, he mentioned like this to the court. He said that prior to this, all the report regarding sexual harassment is going to be handled by way of police report. There's no such a thing as compensation through a civil court because there is no law to govern that or no law for you to claim for that. Okay, so now this is finding from the court, yeah? Okay, sexual harassment is a very serious misconduct. In whatever form it takes, it cannot be tolerated by anyone. In whatever form it comes, it lowers the dignity and respect of the person who is harassed, let alone affecting his or her mental and emotional well-being. Meaning that, okay, so the court recognize whatever mental breakdown, all the hardship happen to the victim. Perpetrators who go unpunished will continue intimidating, humiliating, and traumatizing the victim, thus resulting at least in an unhealthy working environment. Okay, so this is the quote and the decision from Federal Court, yeah, because I extract this from the report, the whole report. So remember this case in Federal Court, was in 2016, reported in 2016. Okay, now, this is some of the allegation, all right, and also the counterclaim by Asma regarding the sexual misconduct done by Dr. Ridwan. Okay, I only extract the part which is not too sensitive because this one it's going to be public. Okay, so I'm not going to show to you all the act done by him. Yeah? So the Dr. Ridwan found making dirty jokes that are sex oriented in front of his subordinates without the slightest respect for his female subordinate. And then Dr. Ridwan altered a vulgar remark toward me at the office. This one 2009, 19 July 2009. Okay. Dr. Ridwan had been using dirty words in email, which I found very disturbing. Okay, Dr. Ridwan repeatedly offered me if I would be interested to be his second wife. His kidding offering were not funny at all. I felt extremely disgusted by his offering, belittled, and most of all, insulted and humiliated. Okay, now that's why I say to you, remember, we want to be funny. We want to be famous or popular for being funny among our co-workers, but know your boundaries. Nothing wrong with you making a joke. It's okay, but then not a dirty joke because it's going to jeopardize your career. It's going once it's jeopardized your career, your reputation will be tarnished, and you need, and also it's not going to be good if you went home. You need to discuss this with your wife or your husband. I received this one complaint. Okay, somebody complained about me because of my joke. Okay, sexual in nature. I don't think it's going to be good. So it's going to actually affect your life. Okay, so now Dr. Ridwan had taken advantage of his position as a boss that who simply say anything he wishes without considering the boundary and other feeling. So, okay. Now, this is some of the claim. There are abusive words used, sexually suggestive words. Okay, so this is among the words used. Okay, and the court decision for this matter, like I mentioned earlier, Dr. Ridwan's solicitor said that previously we don't ask for compensation from civil court for sexual harassment because of this case. In 2016, federal court recognized and introduced thought of sexual harassment. And for this matter, for all the word used, okay, Dr. Ridwan ordered by the court to compensate Asma 100,000 ringgit and also 20,000 for the cost. So in total, he need to pay to Asma 120,000 ringgit for all the dirty joke. And mind you, this one is only on the part of compensation. Okay, there are certain cases where the victim not only lodge a report, okay, a police report, the victim also lodge a complaint at HR and also asking for compensation. So that's why before you making any joke that you think funny, but you cross the line, okay, you need to remember that this is what the hardship you're going to face. And for victims, I need to advise you, you need to understand, okay, you got three right. The first one, if it is a sexual crime, which is very serious, you have the right to make a police report. Let the police investigate. Okay, after the police investigate, they're going to see whether there are elements fall under section 354 of penal code, whether it is a sexual force, using sexual force, okay, and then whether it is under section 509, okay, 509 penal code, mendatangkan keaiban, okay, mendatangkan keaiban kepada seseorang, you humiliate her or him, all right. And the second one, you can go to report to your company or your HR. And then the third one, you can ask for compensation. And previously, before 2000, 24. Okay, all the case for thought of sexual harassment, you need to bring to civil court. And some people who have experience, they know that for civil matter, you want to ask for damages or compensation, you need to hire a lawyer. All right. So when you need to hire a lawyer, you need to pay their fees, starting with letter of demand. And then you proceed this matter in whether it's magistrate or session court. All right. So you need to pay legal fees. But however, okay, now we have this Tribunal bagi anti gangguan sexual tax. Okay, so now this tribunal for anti gangguan sexual was introduced last year. They start to hear the case for this matter. Okay, now you need to understand the difference between tribunal and the court. Alright, tribunal, kalau pernah dengar, tribunal pengguna, consumer tribunal. Okay, consumer tribunal, if any one of you have the experience, okay, to bring case to tribunal pengguna, consumer tribunal, you don't need to hire a lawyer. Okay, you can file a form, I think as cheap as 20 ringgit. You're going to compile your case, you're going to do your statement of case, pernyataan tuntutan, statement of claim by yourself. Okay, you are the lawyer for your case. And then the other party is going to come and then also file their defense, right? And then the court is going to hear this, and the court is going to give a decision. The tribunal is going to give decision. So now, starting last year, for all the victim, not only you have the right to make a police report, you also can ask the compensation. And mind you, just to inform you, for this tax, the tribunal, you can claim up until 250,000. That is one of the claim that you can claim. Okay, you can ask the other party to apologize to you. And then there are some of the order will be granted by the court, by the tribunal based on case-to-case basis. Okay. So now any of you, maybe you can go and check Tribunal bagi anti gangguan sexual. Just go and visit this website. It's very helpful. Okay, so I'm going to run through it in a very fast manner. All right, so now what is gangguan sexual? What is sexual harassment? Like I mentioned earlier, we have Employment Act under Section 2, okay? And again, in di bawah Akta Anti Gangguan Seksual, Section Akta Act 840. Go and check the same definition, only they don't include happen in the course of employment. That's all. That is the difference. Okay. So the next one, the same. What are the type of sexual harassment? Verbal, non-verbal, visual, gesture, okay, signal. All right. And these are the procedures. Okay. For example, number one, you need to go and file form 1. Okay. Inside form 1, okay, you need to state everything. For example, okay, me and my co-worker, we work together in this unit at this place. One day he sent to me a very offensive or dirty visual, which I found very uncomfortable for me. And then you start your case, or maybe he touched you physically. This is the procedure. You go and visit this website. Okay, so the place is in Putrajaya. Okay, and then this is the procedure for hearing. You don't need to bring your lawyer. Okay, so here, because some of the victim, some of the case, I help victim to do pro bono cases. Pro bono cases for children. They're being molested, they're being harassed, okay, they're being bullied, all right? And then I do also cases for asnaf, because some of the people, they want to take action, or they want to defend themselves, okay, from people who are trying to bully them, because they don't have money, all right? So I will help with that, okay? I don't want, because of you don't have money, you being deprived from getting your rights, okay? So to tell you honestly, this tribunal for anti-gangguan sexual help a lot of cases, whereas the victim don't have a budget or don't have any means to pay lawyers or to get their right, because some of them need to hire a lawyer. So this one is really helpful. Okay, so now this is one among the award by the tribunal. The tribunal can ask the respondent to apologize, okay, to the complainant. And then the tribunal can also award the statement made, okay, publicly for the respondent to apologize to the complainant. And also, the tribunal may award a maximum, I cannot be, the shilling is 250,000, but based on cases lah, what type of the gravity of the seriousness of the misconduct by way of sexual, okay? And then to attend the program. To attend the program, maybe for victim, for example, they need counseling or anything, okay? Or maybe the other party, okay? They need also counseling, because some of people who sexually addicted with this thing, I think they need help, okay? So now, okay, just to inform you, this tribunal is only for cases from March 2024 onwards. There is no retrospective effect, meaning that any case prior to March 2004, this tribunal cannot hear the case. Okay, so to summarize everything, for you to understand what is sexual harassment in workplace, this is the infographic. Okay, you can take screenshot. Okay, you can this one you can understand easily, right? Because it summarizes all the information or all the sharing that I've done before. All right, so now effect and consequences. I'm going to focus on two aspects. Number one is the perpetrators and also the accused person. I'm going to call accused person and also the victim. Okay, so now we start with the accused person. Like I mentioned, the accused person is going to face criminal investigation, criminal charges, okay, based on the section 509, okay. So, 509 of Penal Code, okay, perkataan atau isyarat yang dimaksudkan mengaibkan kehormatan seseorang, okay. Peeping, mengintai, mengendap. You take a camera, okay, and then you record your female friend. I got two complaints earlier. Okay, one of the complaint that this lady, she worked in one of the mart, okay, and then she went to the toilet, okay, she wanted to her nature business. And then suddenly, when she's sitting on the toilet bowl, she can see that there is a bucket there, a bucket, and then a mop. She can see like a mirroring, macam like ada silau sikit, okay? And then she start to look at that thing, and then she go and then she pull that thing. Is actually a camera. Her co-worker put that camera inside there. He's trying to hide inside the bucket. So this one is a crime under section 509 of the Penal Code. All right. And then got another case which is reported also. This one reported in Current Law Journal. Okay. This guy was imprisoned because of this. What happened is that they have like a family gathering. All of them go balik kampung kan. Kadang-kadang hari raya ke for Malays kan. Hari raya ke apa ke. We love to go home and then we gather with our family members. So this lady, she was taking shower. Okay, of course naked. Then one of the family member, a guy lah, in-laws, okay. He went there, he took a video, all right. He took a video and he recorded. Not only he record the video, he sent inside the male WhatsApp group, family member male WhatsApp group, and they're making a remark. Okay. So the victim got to know about this. The victim go and make a police report. So the guy was charged in court under this section, and he being imprisoned. He asking for a fine or penalty, but the court don't allow, because according to the court, this is a very serious offense. And one of the decision by the court say like this, okay? Maybe in other country, like a Western country, for you to show your aura, for you to show your body is nothing. But we are Asian, we're most of us are Muslim here in this country, so we take it very seriously. And another thing, the court decided that, okay, because nowadays there's a lot of this sharing videos and everything, okay, and this thing sometimes escalate, so the court cannot see it as a simple act from the accused. So under this section, just to inform you, under this section, okay, you are if let's say you are convicted, okay, you're going to face maximum of 5 years imprisonment and also fine, and also both of it. Okay. So now the other one is under section 354. Okay, 354 Penal Code. When you use a criminal force to assault someone, to sexually assault someone. When I said criminal force, meaning that you push someone, you touch their body, for example, you touch their chest or do something which is using a criminal force. And some of the cases also, criminal force meaning not only you do some certain force by way of you come to that person and you kiss that person, also considered as a criminal force. I'm going to share with you this one case decided by the court. Okay, later we're going to come to this. Okay, so in this case, Tang Han Li, what happened is that, okay, this guy, he's a Chinese guy. Okay, all his life he worked, so he went to Chinese school. He been brought up in a Chinese community. He didn't really know or understand in Islam that you cannot simply go and touch people. You cannot simply go and salam or handshake to female and male. He don't understand that. Okay. So that one day, Tang Han Li, he's a insurance agent. Okay, they got this one course. Okay, they gather all the insurance agent. Okay, they have course from morning to evening. So Tang Heli came, and then Tang he sit at the back of the class or the hall. The hall is not that big. The hall consists of about 60 to 70 participants. Okay, now Tang is sitting at the back. Next to Tang is one lady, okay, a Muslim lady. When Tang sitting with her, next to her, okay, when the speaker is talking, like me talking here, right? Yeah, so somebody is she's at the back with Tang. Tang want to ask something at her. Okay, he want to ask something to her, and then he start to lean like this, and then this is her knee. Her knee is like this. Yeah, she's sitting like while we sitting, our knee can expose. So Tang would use his finger and then call her by tapping her knee. You like that. You like that. Okay, so every time Tang want to say something, Tang will touch with his finger and then touch that. And during that session, okay, inside this hall, they got one speaker in front of you, got a lot of people. But when Tang do like that, this lady, she didn't scream. She didn't scream at all. Got one time, she said to Tang, she want to go to toilet. So Tang said, if you're going to go alone, it's okay. I'm going to accompany you to go to toilet, but I'm going to stand outside. So Tang and also this lady go. They went to toilet, correct? So the lady go inside there, the victim lah, according to this, because he's the one, she's the one who lodged a police report. So she was inside the toilet. Tang never go inside, never molest her. He being a gentleman, he just stand outside lah. And then they went back to the hall. And then again, during lunchtime, Tang said to her, hey, do you want to have some coffee? Let's go, come. Okay. They go inside the lift, nothing happened. And and then suddenly that lady stopped. That lady stopped. And then that lady said that I don't want to go anymore. Okay. I changed my mind. Okay. So they went back to the hall. And then suddenly, after the course, the lady go and make a complaint or a police report against Tang. So Tang was investigated under this section 354, molestation, assault, or using criminal force on a person with intent to outrage her modesty. So Tang was surprised. He caught by surprise. He said that I didn't have any bad intention. I just asking him. Then the lawyer is trying to explain to him, you cannot do like this because that lady is a Muslim. There is a boundary according to a Muslim religion. He said that he didn't understand that. Okay, so this matter he was charged at court in magistrate court. So one of the argument is that Tang has no bad intention. That is how he trying to converse or talk to another person. Okay. And then, in fact, during the trial, okay, one of the witness call is two of Tang friend, or one is his employer, his superior, sorry, his superior, Chinese lady, and the other one is also his friend, and they confirm that Tang was raised in a Chinese community. In fact, they say that in our insurance company, our nature is that between male and female, when we talk, we like to touch each other, we laughing, some of us will salam. So actually, we don't understand the boundary, okay? But however, the court say that whatever Tang is doing by calling another female co-worker or female friend, she's sitting by touching her knee like that, calling her, it is a molestation. All right. So with that, the court give the penalty of 5,000 ringgit and the cost of 500 ringgit. If fail to pay, Tang is facing 12 months of imprisonment. So that's why it is very important. From this case, we understand that sexual molestation, sexual harassment doesn't mean that a criminal force, like we understand, doesn't mean that you have to force someone pull their clothes, not like that. That's why from very beginning I mentioned to you, you need to understand that we have boundaries. Okay, for you to avoid anything to happen, please, you need to know your boundaries. And if you can't do like that, I think it's going to avoid a lot of problems. So here are some of the sexual harassment, the sexual assault. Okay, I'm not going to go further in. We have another one, kesalahan sexual. Okay, sexual offense act against children. We call it SOAKA. For parents who are listening to this, okay, there's a lot of cases happen here in Malaysia, and we got that SOAKA Act, sexual offenses against children. You need to understand there are a section regarding sexual grooming, there are section regarding child pornography, there are section regarding sexual assault, physical, non-physical. All right, please understand that also. Maybe if we get another chance at the risky couple, maybe we can go further on that, because as a parents, we need to take care of our children also. You need to teach them regarding what is okay touch, not okay touch. All right, so you need to explain to them. Okay, so whatever I'm sharing with you, section 345, section 509 just now, which I mentioned. This one is under penal code for children. There is another act which is more emphasized on children, sexual offenses against children. Okay. All right. So now, okay. So you remember, as a accused person, you're going to jeopardize your career. You're going to face your criminal charges. You're going to face civil claim, and then it's going to impact you, family, and surrounding. Okay. And then remember, like I mentioned, it's going to jeopardize your career. This is some of the screenshot or sharing. This is some of the sharing that we take from news. This lecturer being dismissed because of sexual assault, okay, or sexual harassment. Again, manager of a company being charged because taking a video of housemate. Okay, I got one case because just now I said that the boundaries you need to understand also between female male, male female, male male. Okay, because I also received certain case. I remember a few years back, there's one guy, male. Okay, at first, I received a call from the family member because they want to know what are the steps need to be taken. Their sibling, she mentioned adik dia. In bahasa kita kata adik, we don't know the gender kan. We don't know whether he's a brother or sister. Bila kata adik. But in English, if you say that my brother or my sister, we already understand. Oh, that one is female or male. So that family member called me, and then that family member said like this. Her siblings is being harassed, okay, by the employer. So I was thinking that was her sister. I was thinking like that because I did. And normally, in many cases, the victim, majority of it is female lah. So I said, oh, really? So I said, so the husband, sorry, the employer, the boss, I asked lelaki tu, that man, age dia berapa? Okay. So he mentioned lah his age, and then I said, how about your so adik perempuan? I mentioned like that. Macam mana? He said, no, that one is not adik perempuan. That is not my sister. That is my brother. So I was shocked. So meaning that conduct, because sexual conduct, or sexual harassment between male and male. So I went for a consultation. I'm going to advise them what our steps need to be taken. So I met this guy. This guy is very handsome guy. Okay, the way that he wear everything, his face, his skin is very handsome guy. So I know why the boss is attracted to him. So actually, he just worked in that company less than 1 year. He worked with his boss, and they have a lot of field punya trip. They always go off station. Okay, so they need to visit the site. All right, so sometimes the boss they will go together. All right, and the boss is going to give instruction to the company to book a hotel room, but the boss will ask to book the hotel room, only one hotel, so that both of them can sleep in one room. And in fact, okay, the boss will request for a queen size bed instead of single bed for both of them. All right. So then he being a new worker, 25, 26 years old, he don't want to complain much. Okay, he want to, you normally you want to show to your boss, it's okay. I'm a yes person. Okay, I want to help this company. So they sleep together, and then in one bed. Okay. So sometime during lunch, you will say to the boss, today I cannot have lunch with you. I'm going to go lunch with my friend, with my colleague. We'll say like that. But the boss will get, at first he cannot interpret it as jealous. Okay, but at first he think maybe the boss is being possessive, and the boss will say like, no, you don't go with them. You come lunch with me. So moving forward, in this case, okay, so one day they went to a hotel, okay, during the site visit. So he want to take a shower. Okay, he want to take a shower, and then while taking shower, he's focusing at the sink area, and then he can see a small pouch, very small pouch, and then in that pouch, the zip is not fully zipped. And then he saw something. It's like a mirror, it's like a glass, like that. And then he don't feel good. He don't want to go there and open that, because to him later I'm going to infringe. My boss is going to say, why do you infringe my stuff? And then what he did is that he take that small pouch, he go to the reception of the office, of the hotel. And he said to me that he need a witness. Okay. So he said, can you please open this pouch? When they open that pouch, inside that pouch is a video recording camera. So now he got to know that all this while, the boss is recording his video while he's showering. So that's why I said this is one of the cases that happened, that asked for my advice, legal advice and consultation, that I helped them. So just to inform you, okay, there are certain, I cannot say that the victim can be female only, cannot be. Okay. And then in certain cases, there are female who also the accused person. Okay. So some female, I got a police friend. Police friend is a male friend. He said, sometime when we work, some of the female friends, they love to sit very close to each other with me. He said, I don't feel comfortable because I got wife. And then he said that some of them, they love to do like this, like rubbing his hand, lah, and then they will squeeze his hand and say, oh, you go to gym, you're a very tough guy, thing like that. So please know your boundaries. And to those victim or someone who suspect that there's something which is like, peeping, taking video, uh, please take a precaution. Or maybe your instinct is right and you must know you're right. Okay. So the next one is that. All right. So again, this one is the case where uh bank. Okay, the person or employee of the bank who being investigated. Okay, so now I already mentioned to you just now the method of investigation. A victim can go and make a police report. Police is going to investigate under which section the element are. Okay, and then going to prosecute and then go to a decision of criminal case lah. Like I mentioned, Tang Hanli just now, I sharing. Okay, so come back with the story of that male client of mine. He continued with the police report, and that guy being convicted in court, and he need to pay certain penalty lah. So whether you are a female or male victim, please take action. All right. So do not keep silent. You have right. Okay. All right. Now civil just now. Okay. Now this is the second case, second law case. All right. I'm going to share with you. Again, I said that this is sharing is a public document. Okay. We are not going to defame anyone. By you sharing this story with your coworker who don't attend this course or this session, or by you sharing with other students, okay, this is public document. It's okay for you to share. All right. So now this case is Hosni Yunus, Lawan Malayan Banking. Hosni, he worked in bank for more than 20 plus year. Okay, what happened in this case is that Hosni being dismissed by Malayan Banking, my bank, okay, because of his misconduct. And one of the argument by Hosni solicitor is that the decision by the company, Maybank, is too harsh, considering the fact that Hosni has been working with the company for more than 20 years. Now we're going to see what is his sexual harassment or misconduct done among his co-worker, and we're going to see the decision of the court. Is it too harsh in this matter? Okay, so now at the time of his dismissal, okay, the claimant held the position of executive, okay, and then this is all the claimant lah. And then he was this is his position. He was dismissed from for the misconduct of sexual harassment. Okay, this is among misconduct. First, again, a person named Zaitun. This is his co-worker. Zaitun said during this time, between October and November, right, he come to Zaitun and he touching her back at the region from her neck and also her waist. Okay, and then this incident was witnessed by one of the her colleague. And then again with Zaitun, during this one is second incident. Second incident, just now he's touching at the back. Now he go to Zaitun and then he's touching her left hand ring finger and baby finger. And then when she seated, okay, kecilnya jari he's touching. This one is physical. All right. So this one is against Zaitun. And another one is against Zubaida. Okay, and Zubaida, he texted Zubaida with wording inappropriate in nature, which make her feel uncomfortable. All right, so he said, "Alah, senyum lah sikit, smile lah, Alice, kan? You are so beautiful." Okay, and then Zubaida didn't reply her. And then against Suhaila, okay, against Suhaila, this one is, I think, too much already. All right. He sent inappropriate text messages. He asked Suhaila whether he can touch Suhaila breast. This one cross the line. I said, you need to know your boundary. And he said, can I touch your breast? Can I touch your nipple? And what is your size, your bra size? He texted like that. Okay. Bear in mind that all this victim, they go and lodge a complaint to HR. Yeah. And then on top of sending all these messages, when he go and met Suhaila, sometime he will tap her hand and pinch her up. Okay. So again, Nurul Ain, okay, Nurul Ain, he go and then he take a photograph or a photograph of Nurul Ain during a meeting, and he's always giving a disturbed and annoying message. Again, against Situ Lura, we will call sayang. Okay, now this calling sayang, we're going to go further because some of the practice in some office, they will say like, honey, come here lah, sayang, yang, can you go and take the file, honey? Can you take a sweetheart? You know, thing like that. Okay, so we're going to go and see the practice whether it's okay or not. And then Lura, he calls sayang, and then he go to her workstation. He touch her elbow. And Lura said, do not touch me again. Okay, please, if you encounter this kind of situation, do not keep silent. Sometimes some of the people, I don't know whether they are insensitive or they just don't know or being friendly, whatever. Can you please tell them straight to their face, okay, stop touching me. I don't feel comfortable. You go and tell them. Maybe this one can avoid a lot of things, okay? So again, Hazima, he will come closely and talk to her. So we can see that Husni has been doing this verbal, physical gesture. Again, Aisha, okay, he will come, he will touch her hand, okay, and then she told her, janganlah pegang, cakap je lah. I said, don't touch me, just stop, okay. Again, Isma Julina, all right. He do the same. He will talking to her, send text messages. He will touch her. Okay, a lot of people. This Husni. Now, this is the decision from the court. Okay, paragraph 36. The court go detail on the issue whether this dismissal too harsh. I would like to highlight to you the one that bold in red, underlined in red. Whether this penalty of dismissal is too harsh. Counsel for the claimant submit that it was that the bank had failed to take account the claimant 27 years of service. So according to the counsel, to the solicitor, after 27 years of the service, okay, so maybe what the company can do is that by sending a warning letter, maybe by sending a show cause letter, or maybe by, any other method of discipline. Okay, so this is the court finding. The court say that in this case, it's not only one victim. There are so many victims. Okay, and the claimant, all right, this sexual harassment was done to the fellow employees, all right, and to that extent, one of the employee, his co-worker, had to bring a pair of scissors for self-protection. So meaning that she don't feel comfortable. Not only that, she feel threatened by this guy. Because of course, the way that he doing things, maybe we ladies will thought that he got sexual issue. So the claimant had put 27 years of service, but he blew it with all his serious act. So don't blame the company. According to the court, don't blame the company. It is you who at fault. Okay, so dismissal was the appropriate punishment in the circumstances, and accordingly, the claimant dismissal was with just and cause. So that's why I mentioned here earlier, accused person not only facing a criminal charges, civil compensation, also is going to jeopardize his career. Like this guy, Hosni, for 27 years, he have been working in Malayan banking. At the end, this thing happened. Why? Because he don't know how to put boundaries. Okay, so and then also because he committed a very serious misconduct. So this one maybe is like a peringatan lah. We should remember that while we're doing our joke, maybe it's going to escalate to a serious situation. So bear in mind, okay, we need to be very, very cautious about this. Okay, so now from victim perspective, just now I said again, so I'm going to share with you one video. All right, so this one is the video of sexual harassment in workplace. Yeah, I need to you to see how how the way that the victim or the co-worker, aggrieved co-worker feel. The way that they feel it, they don't feel uncomfortable. Okay. This one is verbal, gangguan sexual verbal.
Apa hal lelaki gatal? Nak marah pula. Malam tadi tak dapat lah tu. Kau pahal gila seks ke?
Sarah, tahun ni KPI you sangat rendah, Sarah.
Sorry bos, saya dah cuba lebih baik. Takkan bos tak boleh pertimbangkan benda ni?
Jangan risau. Ada caranya. Apa yang you sanggup buat betul kan?
Apa dia ni hantar gambar tak senonoh ni? Hei, nak kelakar ke? Gelinya.
Zamina, jauh je kau adik. Aku dapat.
Dia satu ni.
Uish.
Malam ni free tak? Dating dia?
Apa ni kak? Saya dah kahwin.
Laki boleh kahwin empat. Alah kau ni gurau pun tak boleh.
Okay, so now from here you can see that how the victim or the grief co-worker felt. Okay, the way that they act, they don't feel uncomfortable. So there are some studies. The finding is that sexual harassment can also cause PTSD. So I think all of us know what is PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Some of the symptom, flashback, nightmare, like I mentioned earlier case, Dr. Ridwan versus Asma. she got issues, she got mental breakdown because she don't feel comfortable with it. Okay, so now the next one is that, okay, so PTSD normally suffered in war, some of the soldier, some of the POW, prisoner of war, some of the victim of war, like what happened in Gaza and Palestine. But now there is study to say that because of sexual harassment, the victim of sexual harassment also suffer PTSD. Okay, so now you need to understand also, okay, older male look very dominant, okay, but there are some research regarding how male react to this. Okay, so this is the these are the comparison between male and female victim. Okay, some of the male maybe they're not going to proceed with report. Maybe they keep to themselves and end up they're feeling stressed and because they feel humiliated by the whole situation. But I would advise for male, regardless, male or female victim, please exercise your right. You have right. And please, parents who have children, please go and teach your children regarding this. Okay, it's okay if you're being molested. Sorry, it is okay for you to share with your parents, with your people, if you're facing this kind of thing. Okay, do not keep to yourself, because this kind of cases is going to affect their future or their upbringing. Okay, so please share this. Okay, understand. Okay, male sexual abuse, this is the studies how male when they're facing this reacted, or what are the impact or effect. Okay, so now okay, we go to the part, is it okay to call your co-worker, to call your subordinate honey, sayang, darling, sweetheart? Okay, so according to our law, and for example, I mentioned to you section 354 penal code, it is not stated the wrongdoer, the accused person must be a female or male. So basically, a female also can be the accused. But this kind of thing, like calling honey, is not a crime. I tell you honestly, it doesn't fall under the criminal elements. But however, is it okay or not? Okay, because some of us don't feel comfortable. Because if, let's say, we conduct this session physical, I always use Slido. Okay, I use Slido. I'm going to ask my audience, how do you feel if your superior or your co-worker keep on calling you honey, baby, sayang? Okay, and survey, almost 80 to 90% of them not comfortable. So please bear in mind, okay, if you have this kind of practice, sometimes it's okay, tersasul, okay, slip tongue, calling our children kan kat rumah kan, ha, sayang, we call our husband baby, but do not bring this, because you need to know the boundaries. Okay, so according to the government practice also, we're searching this under SPA, Suruhanjaya Perkhidmatan Awam. So you can go to this website. This is one of the pekeliling, okay, guidelines to state that, okay, according to guideline number 5.7, all right, so gangguan secara sexual, sexual harassment by way of verbal or audio. Okay, among them, you go to V Roman number 5. Okay, the word used by the officer like sayang or dear. Trying to avoid. But if you're sending email, yes, that one is okay. But the way that you between your friend, dear, sini lah sekejap. For example, dear, come lah, come here, sit here with me, let's go have coffee, like that. That one is not acceptable, and according to guideline is also wrong. Okay, so please bear in mind that this one cannot. Okay, so now we're going to the last part. I'm almost finished. If you have further question, you can ask question. Okay, should I keep quiet or report it? As a lawyer, as a I would advise for you, please take action, whether you need to make a police report if it is a serious sexual crime. Okay, like come and kiss you, push you, and do bad thing, do a police report. If it is involving like texting, "Hi sayang, hari ni masuk kerja tak? Okay, hi sayang, are you coming to work?" That one you don't feel comfortable. Okay, you need to go and lodge a report. Okay, so now the word is unwanted, because I know also what happened in the office sometimes, okay, between this married couple with another married couple male, married couple female, they're having this, affair. We call it affair. So sometimes they're sending to each other, sayang, what are you doing today? And then suddenly, for example, the male want to stop. And the lady say, "Oh, you want to stop? I'm going to go and complain about you because you're sending me sayang, you're calling me love, okay? You compliment me that I'm wearing this, I look hot. Earlier, you are okay with that. So you want to complain, actually, according to that standard of proof, that one considered wanted because earlier you also replied to that. Okay, so remember, sexual harassment, unwanted act. Okay, so now you can complain to the company and also you can go to tribunal anti gangguan sexual. Okay, so that is your right. And then plus I said earlier, I said that sometime if you speak up, hey, stop touching me, stop making this dirty joke. Okay, so maybe it's going to avoid a lot of cases or things to happen. And if let's say you facing sexual harassment, you facing that, please you document all the evidence. Okay, for example, he's sending you that, and then now we can delete, right? The Telegram we can delete, WhatsApp we can delete. Okay, he's trying. Sometimes we call phishing, an act of phishing lah. He want to send something, dirty joke or pornography photo, is sending to you. Okay, and then he want to see your reaction. If let's say he's sending and then you say, "Eh, apa ni? What is this?" And then he will ask, "Oh, sorry, I'm really sorry. I accidentally sent it to you. I want to send to another person, my wife." Okay. And then you start to reply, "It's okay. I'm okay with this." You're giving a signal. All right. So that's why this is what we call phishing. So in the event that you receive this kind of thing, you can screenshot, all right? You can, before he delete everything because you don't feel comfortable. Okay. So this is among evidence that you can keep. And please go and report through official channel. Okay. Try to avoid to make this thing viral. Okay. Try to use a proper channel. You know why? Because certain things you're going to feel sorry about this. Okay, for example, you receive a sexual harassment threat from a message from a person, you screenshot, you upload this conversation, and then he start to appoint a lawyer to say that you defame him, you lower his reputation among his colleague in office. So now instead of you report against him, true, okay, investigation is going to be conducted against him, but at the same time you also facing a same problem. Okay, so you need to know how to handle this matter with a proper channel. Okay, so now the next one, if let's say just now is victim, if you are a witness, please support the victim. Do not try to avoid victim blaming. Try to avoid, because we can see a lot of cases nowadays. What happened? Okay, these cases shared in media social by the news. You can see how the netizen or public is commenting, lah, perempuan pun sama, same lah, victim. If don't give, thing will not happen. Nothing like that. Try to avoid. If you don't have anything good to say, please don't write things like that. If you're not supporting that person, please don't go and say right to her face, you victim blaming her, because sometimes you don't know the full story. Maybe whatever you are doing is going to demotivate her from doing a report or anything. And please report what you saw. And again, this one is not only sexual harassment. If you see some people is having scandal, you don't feel comfortable, married couple with another married couple, okay? So you can use a proper channel to not viral them. Okay, so I'm afraid that is going to backfire you. And then please speak up when you think it is in whatever that person doing is inappropriate. You can see that he always making a dirty joke. He think that it's his man, his hero, like that. And please tell right to his face that this one is inappropriate. Okay. And just now I mentioned you can go and lodge a complaint in HR, police report. You can ask for compensation. Okay, so this one is also the duty of the employer. Just to inform you, according to Employment Act, we have this Section 81F. If, let's say, you go and lodge a complaint, okay, it is the duty of the employer to conduct investigation. Failure to do so, the employer is going to face a penalty of 50,000 ringgit. So now 81H, according to Employment Act, okay, the employer must put a notice. It's like a big poster. Okay, no sexual harassment. This one is according to the law. That's why if you go to any company, especially a government bodies, government office, you can see this notice, and they are like this. Notice larangan gangguan sexual, no sexual harassment. Okay, and another one, if let's say the employer failed to do so, so again, the employer is facing 50,000 ringgit penalty. So my last part is that I'm going to share with you before our Q&A session. We have another maybe 10 minutes, 50 minutes. Okay, now this is a story about Susan Fowler. Susan Fowler is an ex-worker or ex-employee in Uber. Okay, what happened to her is that one of the top people or her manager in Uber doing sexual harassment against her. Okay, she lodged a complaint at HR, but nothing happened. The same situation and story like Dr. Ridwan and Asma. So what she did is that she write her blog. Okay, she said that at Uber, I'm facing this, blah, blah, blah. It's a very toxic environment. Okay, people are, giving sexual remark, doing sexual harassment, and that blog become viral. Okay, and a lot of victims who sharing the same experience in another company, sharing also their experience as a victim. So it becomes like a form of solidarity between the victims. Okay, so from there start an investigation at Uber company. Some of the top person or employer being dismissed because of sexual harassment. And in USA also, if you heard hashtag Me Too, one of the everything started with a female actor named Alisa Milano. She's sharing her experience when she worked with this guy, one of the co-producer for a lot of the Ring movie. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, his name is Weston. Okay, so she shared her experience and she used the hashtag of Me Too, and a lot of people sharing the same experience using hashtag Me Too. Okay, there's two example for victims. If let's say you're facing this problem, you are the victim of sexual harassment, please come forward. Please exercise your right. Okay, do not keep silent, because some of the cases when you keep silent for many, many years, some of the victim facing mental breakdown, they cannot, like I mentioned earlier, some of the victim experience PTSD. It's not going to help you. You need a support. All right. So my last part is that, okay, now regardless, this topic today, my sharing is about the cost of employment in the workplace. But we as a Muslim, again, we as a person, we have the duty to make sure that the world is a better place. All right. So please take care of whatever our conduct, know our boundaries, whether in workplace, outside, in the internet. Okay. Because I've seen a lot of things happen. I bet you are the same. Okay. For example, our responsibility. If have you ever watched a movie? All movie, they got a hero, got a villain, right? This one is very hero, villain, and all the co-star lah. Okay. So we as a human being, when we watch movie, we love the hero character. We don't want to be villain. All right. But however, in real life also, you can see that this thing happened. Eh? Some, whether it's influencer, whether among your friend, you can see that some of you have, some of your friend have a heroic character. She or he will help people, she or he will stand for other people, and got this one villain. All right. So now, okay, I come across one status in media social. This lady is asking, why is it so? Chinese, this guy is asking, why is it so? A Chinese lady always got married late. This is the question. Okay. You see the numbers of comment that talk about sexual. Okay. For those who don't, maybe don't understand what they're saying. So a Chinese lady on on the left said that because we believe that it is better for us to get married late rather than you wrongly choose your partner. Okay. And then you got divorced. And the people start to ask, oh, you cannot have sex early, you cannot you cannot have experience leaking something like that lah. They go sexual. Okay. So like this now on the left. If late, little, late, you got late, you know. And you can see that the number of utterly sick and disgusting reply here is unbelievable. A lot of this kind of thing. And we don't want to be villain. In our life, please don't be a villain. All right. If you see that someone being victimized sexually, do not go victim blaming or pass remark, a bad remark to demotivate the victim, because I can see that a lot. I help a lot of victim of sexual crime. Yeah, their life is not the same. Their parents' life is not the same. Okay, because whatever happened to their children, they feel sad about it, and they cannot easily delete the past or whatever happened. So please do not be a villain. Please be a hero. Okay, so we make uh our society is a better place. If you don't want to be if you don't want to be a hero, at least, yeah, uh don't say anything. Be a bystander, but do not give a bad remark. Okay, because it's going to impact people. All right, so now thank you much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Do you have any further question? Maybe I can assist you. All right, with some of your inquiries. Oh,
All right, thank you so much, Madam Zabita, for the inspiring and also informative sharing about the our topic for today. All right, the price of just a joke. All right, so unmasking the workplace sexual harassment. So she gave us a few examples, actually, and basically regarding the sexual harassment, and then also what is the consequences, and also what we can do, maybe as a victim, and also the like what I said just now, the consequences of the predator of the or the one who did the sexual harassment. All right, so I read one question actually. There is one question from YouTube from Dr. Fadila. Just now you mentioned about marriage just now. Dr. Fadila asked, how about marriage arrangement between colleagues without the knowledge of the single girl?
how about, sorry, come again?
Right. How about marriage arrangement between colleagues without the knowledge of the single girl?
Without the knowledge of
The single girl.
the single
Girl.
legal
The single girl.
or the
The single
single
girl.
girl.
Yeah.
Oh, so meaning, so sorry, I
Yeah.
okay. So the question is that a person who are married with a single lady, right? So okay, now you need to understand, if it is a wanted, okay, wanted sexual conduct, a victim, they cannot, if let's say they break up and then later on got some issue, okay, when that guy is texting her, okay, all the sexual thingy, and then she replied with the same kind of reply, yeah, with sexual in nature. So later on, she cannot say that I've been victimized. Okay. So because of I'm being victimized, I'm going to lodge a complaint because the element of law stated that it is unwanted conduct. During investigation, if this is the police standard, police investigation, yeah, okay, then they're going to say that this one is not unwanted, it's consented. Okay, I want to refer to, for example, section 375 of penal code and also section 376 of penal code. 375 define what is rape, and rape must not be consented, okay, a forced act. But if, let's say, it become consented, unless if your children under 16, if children under 16, there are a lot of debate. Some of the kids nowadays, okay, they got certain issue. Some of it consented at earlier part, 19 years old, 16 years old. That 16 years old below giving consent. But later on, when the police report, they make a police report, then there are issues. Okay, so now, Section 37 stated that it must not consented. And a lot of Section 354, Section 509, not consented. So coming back to the question, this male or female is married guy sending a text message to a single girl, okay, or single male. And this act is consented by her, so it cannot fall under Section 2 of Employment Act under sexual harassment. Okay, but then if you're not comfortable, for example, you're saying that these two is having affair or scandal, it is against company policy. Company policy don't allow that, which is among co-workers to have this kind of thing. Go and report. Because this one, as standard of the company, if let's say whatever you are doing under guideline is wrong, so the company will take action regarding that. But the course of action or the investigation is totally different. It's not under sexual harassment. It's going to fall under you having affair scandal, which is whereas this one is wrong. It's against company policy. So that's the thing.
All right, thank you so much, Mina, for the response, for the answer. Right, is there any more question? Maybe you have any verbal question from the Zoom, or maybe some more question from YouTube. Maybe in the meanwhile, where we waiting for question, maybe you can share maybe if they want to contact you personally or with your firm regarding any legal how about.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, you can reach me. Okay. I'm in Facebook, Nur Zabeta. Okay. And also my legal firm is Tetuan Nur Zabeta China and Co. Mrs. Nur Zabeta and China and Co. You can Google. Okay. You can just put my name lah, Nur Zabeta China and Co. You can Google and then got my office number. I can always email me also at norzabeta@gmail.com. So if let's say I read your email or I read your messenger from Facebook, inshallah, I try my level best to reply. But sometimes I kind of having difficulty to find times. I'm really sorry if I don't reply.
All right. Thank you, madam. All right. So there's one question from Dr. Muhammad Mizuddin from hospital. One question, if the cases have gone cold, is it possible we can still report in if we still have the evidence?
Okay. It depends on what type of sexual harassment. Because, okay, now, if like I mentioned just now, there's 375, 376. Okay, it's rape. If rape, yes, based on the investigation, all right, first the victim is going to go and lodge a police report. She is going to go for clinical forensic. Okay, so now they're going to check whether there is a tear tear in her hymen, ada kesan koyakan hymen ke tidak. In the event that there are, so maybe the police is going to proceed to another level, okay, trying to find nexus between her and also the accused person. Okay, this one is something that you can see the evidence, but there are some evidence, okay, you cannot see. For example, physically or physical harassment or verbal harassment. If verbal harassment only one to one, okay, you don't have CCTV, or maybe sometimes you have CCTV and it's very, very hard to hear what he's saying. All right, that's why if in the event that thing happened, go and report to your friend. I know that some people will say this one hearsay. If you see to another friend, for example lah, Afiq, Mr. Afiq, I come to you, I say that, hey, I heard just now that person is saying bad thing to our friend. Okay, so I heard, I give to you, I say this to you. It's going to be hearsay. But from the victim side, she need a support to confirm the incident. So it's going to be helpful. According to criminal law, there is no timeline, of course. Even if it is long, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, okay. But however, it is better for you to expedite matter, go and act fast. So answer my answer to doctor just now, even it is a cold case, old case, all right. Sometimes we don't know the method of investigation used by the police. Maybe they have their way, they know how to investigate, all right. So if we want to try, we try and we go make a police report. But bear in mind, certain cases which involve sexual crime, rape, when you go to criminal forensic, after 3 years, after 2 years, okay, clinical forensic, the victim, they're going to do some physical examination tau. Some of the victim, they don't feel comfortable because they're going to open, we want to see the private part, thing like that lah. So the best is that, doctor, just now, maybe if you can explain further, what do you mean by full case? What type of sexual offense done or the victim suffered? Maybe I can assist with that, because to tell you honestly, some of the cases, if it is a cold case, a lot of evidence is not around and the police is not going to take action. Now, we have two. Number one is criminal, okay, criminal proceeding, and also civil. For criminal, the power to investigate is the police. If the police find it, there is no investigation. There's no evidence. There is no crime. Okay, so then the police is not going to proceed to send this to Pendakwa Raya, to Attorney General. They're not going to send. Okay, prosecutor, right? So then they cannot. That's why become NFA, no further action. All right, but for civil matter, it's different. Okay, you still have the right. You can do investigation. Investigation. You can do preparation and bring this matter in civil court.
All right, thank you so much. Yeah, there is the response from Dr. Muhyiddin.
Dr.
Written
Wan.
harassment evidence in form of messages or email or WhatsApp.
Okay. So messages, so meaning that he got the evidence, you can proceed. Okay. If you cannot proceed by way of a criminal, maybe there are certain standard of proof that you need to prove under the criminal elements. You can always go with civil suit compensation, like I explained throughout my sharing. You are
Right.
welcome, Dr. Wan.
All right, thank you. Madam, maybe we have no more question. Maybe have wrap up words from you.
That's all. My sharing. Thank you very much, Tuan Afiq. Thank you very much for today. Thank you, IIUM. I just want to say that, okay, maybe today our focus is on in workplace, but this sexual harassment, sexual crime, the context is bigger context. Okay, we take care of ourselves. I know that today the awareness is regarding us, how to take care, how to make our workplace a safe environment. But however, other than our workplace, we also facing our life. Okay, we're facing like our children facing life, and then please educate your children regarding this, because nowadays when a lot of cases happen, we feel worried as a parents, as a member of community. I feel worried. I think everything started from the house, and please teach our children, and please be a very responsible member of society.
All right, thank you so much for that particular sharing just now, madam. And also just to note, to appreciate our viewers, madam, we reached just now 200 participants in Zoom, as well
Alhamdulillah.
as we have almost 700 views in YouTube. So thank you so much for those who have joined us from the beginning until the end. Or maybe if you join in the middle and if you miss maybe a part of it, you can just also replay this talk, all right? At our YouTube channel, UMMST Competency Development. You can search the title, The Price of Just a Joke, Unmasking Workplace Sexual Harassment Talks. So you can go and replay the full talk, inshallah. And once again, thank you so much, Madam Nozabita Makno, for your time sharing with us today, right?
You're
And
welcome.
for all IM community and also public, we have also have posted the link for the evaluation form. Kindly fill in the evaluation form. We need your suggestion for improvement, inshallah. And we apologize for any shortcomings. And before we adjourn our talk, can we have a photography session? So maybe you have any can open the camera. You can open the camera. Yeah, masuk. Yeah. Right. Okay, open your camera. All right, ready everyone? All right. Here we have 3 pages, yeah. All right. So bear with me. All right, ready? 1, 2. 1 second. Right. 1, 2, 3. All right. Bear with me. Bear with me. Right. One more. 1, 2, 3. All right. 1 second. All right. Freestyle. One more. Right. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you so much, everyone, for your time
Okay.
today. All right. Hope
Afiq,
to have a
I
good,
read some of the
Friday and good
messages say
weekend.
thank you, thank you. You are welcome. Thank you very much for this 2 hours. You being very patient to listen to me. Thank you very much. Okay. So assalamualaikum everyone.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you so much. And we adjourn our talk today with the recitation of Surah Al-Asr and Tasbih Kafarah. Once again, thank you so much, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.